and welcome to the very first audio broadcaster how-to from Farm Radio International. My name is Sylvie Harrison, and my co-host is Charles Ta.
Hi, everybody.
During these ABH2s, you will hear two FRI team members explain and coach you on how to produce a wide range of useful broadcasting techniques that will help you become the best broadcasters you can be and really improve how you serve your audience. We'll cover interview skills, storytelling, vox pops, creating compelling intros and extras, and much, much more.
If you want a written version of the information in this or other podcasts, you can check out our website at farmradio.org. You will find a lot of other resources which will help you improve the programs you produce for small-scale farmers in sub-Saharan Africa. You can also subscribe to the Baza Wire e-newsletter for broadcasters to get lots of other interesting and useful information in your email inbox every week.
To kick off these audio broadcaster how-tos, we thought we'd talk about something easy to do that can have a major impact on your listening audience. Program promos. You work hard to produce a weekly farmer program that serves your listeners well. But you might want to know, how can I increase the number of farmers who tune in?
Well, one good way to grow your audience is by creating promos and broadcasting them throughout your station's weekly schedule. These promos will attract listeners who don't yet listen to your program and will remind your regular listeners to tune in to your next show.
Okay, but before we get too far, let's define what we're talking about. Promo is short for the English word promotion. A promo promotes or advertises a radio program or a radio station. Today we're going to concentrate on promos for your radio program rather than for your station.
One step at a time, right?
Right. A program promo tells listeners, or potential listeners, the name of your show, when it airs, and why they should listen.
Here is an example of a program promo.
The news of your community, your neighborhood, and your city.
That's what we deliver.
Because we live here too.
I'm Omar Devagi Pacheco.
And I'm Adrian Harewood from CBC Ottawa News.
Our award-winning local newscast is now at 6 on CBC TV.
The news from Ottawa's best local team at a new time, weeknights 6 to 7 p.m.
Have we mentioned our new time enough? Do you think it's sunk in?
Maybe just one more mention.
See you at 6.
This promo was played many times every day on CBC Radio in Canada to increase the audience for the 6 o'clock news. It was a very important promo for CBC because, in addition to promoting the news show, it reminded listeners that the time of the news program was being changed.
Now, let's give you more details about how to create a good program promo.
First, you should always write a script for your promo.
Exactly, because the words you use in the promo are important. You should never improvise.
At the same time, your promo should sound attractive, lively, and interesting. So even though you're using a script, you should practice a lot so that it sounds natural.
But before you write the script for your promo, you need to know a few things.
Yes. First, you should have a good understanding of the purpose of your program. Second, you should know the audience you're trying to reach. Write both of these things down, the purpose statement and the target audience. Charles, how about giving our listeners an example of a purpose statement for a farmer program?
Sure, here it is. The purpose of the Farming for Life program is to give small-scale farmers the information they need in a timely manner to make them feel proud to be farmers and to give them a chance to raise their concerns, experiences, and questions on the air.
Great. And remember, keep your purpose statement short and clear. Once you've drafted the purpose statement for your program, read it out loud. Does it sound okay? Read it out to others on your team. Ask them if they think it represents the program accurately. And then make final adjustments if you need to.
Good. Now, before you write the script for your promo, the next thing you need to know is the audience for your program. But you might say, isn't that obvious? The audience for a farmer program is farmers, of course.
Well, you're right, but let's take it a bit further. Does your main audience grow vegetables for market or staple crops for the home? Does the audience raise animals, grow crops, or both? Are the farmers mostly female, male, or an equal mix of both? Are you serving young farmers or older farmers, commercial growers or small-scale farmers?
Here's how you might describe the target audience for a farmer program. The target audience for the Farming for Life program is small-scale family farmers who grow beans and grains for the family and tomatoes and eggplants for the market and raise a few animals for meat, milk, and to sell. Women and men work together on the farm and both are involved in decisions and labor. Most of the audience is a bit older. Not too many youth listen to our show.
Okay, once you've identified your target audience and have written it down, take a few minutes to read it out loud to yourself and your colleagues, and make edits if you need to.
Good. These two statements, the purpose statement and the description of your target audience, are going to help you write a script for a great promo.
Yes. Now, here's something important. Every promo should include 3 elements: information, emotion, and invitation. Let's start with information. Potential listeners should learn 3 things from a promo: the name of the program, the day and time it is broadcast, and what the program is about.
That was information. Now, let's think about emotion. It is not enough to provide information in a promo. A promo also needs to appeal to the heart. It needs to give your listeners an emotional reason to listen. The promo should answer the listener's question, why should I care enough to listen? There are different ways to inject emotion into your promo. First, you can use music. Our emotional side responds to music even before our mind starts listening to words. So, use music that invokes the appropriate emotion for the spoken message.
Next, to get an emotional response to the promo, it should tell your listeners how your program can help them. What impact can it have? Why should they care enough to listen? When they hear something that can make their lives easier, people sit up and pay attention.
Finally, give your promo a personality. People respond to other people more than they respond to ideas. And listeners want to feel that they have a relationship with the people who present the program. They also like it when someone they trust recommends the program. So, the host or hosts can create a promo, but you can also ask a public figure who is well liked by your listeners to record a promo for your program.
The third element of a good promo is the invitation. A good promo invites and encourages your audience to listen. By addressing your audience directly and inviting them to listen, you will build a stronger relationship with your audience, and they will feel valued and respected.
Okay, let's recap. You need 3 things to make a good promo. The first is information. All words include the name of the program, the day and the time it airs, and what it is about. The second is emotion. You can inject emotion by using music, by telling listeners how the program will affect their lives and why they should care enough to listen, and by giving your promo personality. The last thing you need is an invitation. Invite your listeners to listen and make them feel valued and respected.
Now, let's listen to 2 promos. They are missing one of these 3 elements. Think about what is good about the promo and think about what is missing. Here's the first promo.
What's up? I'm Kofi Ansa, host of Farming for Life on Star 103 FM. We help make your farm the best it can be. We talk about everything that helps you farm better. And then we get you to talk about it too. Be sure to tune in to Star 103 FM, Farming for Life.
So, Charles, what was good about this promo and what was missing?
What I liked about the promo is that it featured the host, gave the name of the program, the frequency on the FM dial, and briefly told the listeners what the program was all about. It also included an invitation. Be sure to tune in. The music was good too, the kind of local music that farmers find attractive.
I agree, but there is one serious problem with this promo. It doesn't say when the program is on. How will listeners know when to tune in? Another criticism might be that the promo uses language that is associated with a younger generation. What's up? Even though the audience is mainly older farmers. Now let's listen to the second promo.
Hi, this is Kofori from Farming Today on Energy 101 FM in Kumasi. Every week we discuss important farming issues in our community. We broadcast every Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. and again on Mondays from 7 to 8 a.m. That is Friday 6 to 7 p.m. and again on Mondays from 7 to 8 a.m.
What was good about this promo and what was missing?
What is good is that the promo provides all the information the listener needs, but it doesn't include an invitation to listen. Also, the music is urban dance music, which might not be the kind of music that older farmers like, so it might not generate the right emotional response in the audience.
Exactly. Remember that promos are about encouraging more of your target audience to listen to the program.
Now, there are several different types of program promos that you might want to produce.
Let's talk about generic program promos first. A generic promo promotes your program as a whole rather than a specific episode. It promotes your program in general terms and can be broadcast anytime, any day, any week.
Good generic promos should be short and focused. They should include the 3 basic parts that we talked about earlier: information, emotion, and invitation.
Generic promos should open with some music, perhaps the first few seconds of the signature tune. And finally, the voice should either be the presenter or a trusted person, such as a well-known musician or athlete or respected leader. Here are some examples of good generic promos.
Hello, I'm Basamira, host of Farming Today on Energy 101 FM in Kampala. We talk about everything that helps you farm better, and then we get you to talk about it too. Please join us every Tuesday at noon.
Hi, this is Pasco Mwelka from Farming Today on Energy 101 FM in Kampala, Uganda. Every week, we bring you the most important voices on farming. Please join us at noon on Tuesdays and add your voice.
Hello, I am Palanjo K. Being a musician has its challenges and its joys, just like farming. Tune into Farming Today on Energy 101 FM every Tuesday at noon and learn how to farm better.
A good generic promo can be played during the entire year. It doesn't have to be changed because it provides all the information a listener needs to tune in at the right time. If you air the generic promo at different times during the day, you can catch different groups of listeners. We will talk a bit more about placement of promos later in this podcast.
Once you've created some generic promos and you feel pretty comfortable with them, you'll want to produce promos for specific episodes.
Generic promos are very useful, but they are not the most powerful way to promote your program. The best way is to create a specific promo for every episode. This takes a bit more planning and time, but it is well worth it.
A promo for a specific episode reveals something engaging or particularly interesting about that episode.
Ideally, you want to produce a promo for each episode of your program. This will give new listeners a reason to listen, and it will remind your regular listeners about the exciting things happening on your farmer program and why they should continue to tune in.
To create a promo for a specific episode, you should follow the same guidelines as you did when you created a generic promo. In other words, you should pay attention to information, emotion, and invitation. Here are a few examples.
Hi, I'm G. Wara Wara. Have you ever wondered why some of your friends get government fertilizer and you don't? Tune in to Farming Today this week. We explore how you can get on the list. Listen next Tuesday at noon right here at Energy 101 FM in Arusha, Tanzania.
Hi, I'm Abebe Tesama. Would you sit by and watch your child die of malnutrition when there is a life-saving food close by? Tune into Farming Today this week and learn about a miracle food that is already in your house. Listen Tuesday at noon right here on FM Addis 97.1.
You can hear that these promos are directly related to the program of the week. They are great teasers with incredible potential to capture new listeners who are interested in this week's topic. Once they tune into the show, it will be up to you to hook them for the next episode.
Let's say a word about formality and informality when it comes to promos. When should you use more formal language, and when is it okay to be informal?
When your program is new, or the host is new, it makes sense to start a promo with an introduction like, "Hello, I'm Maria Zomba," or, "Good afternoon, listeners." This is a bit more formal, and some listeners prefer this approach. But once your program and host are well known, you can make your episode promo even more powerful by going straight to the heart of the matter, without introducing your host or greeting your listeners. This would be a bit more informal. You will decide what works best for your listeners. Here's an example of an episode promo where the host does not do an introduction or greet the listeners.
Would you sit by and watch your child die of malnutrition when there is life-saving food close by? Tune into Farming Today this week and learn about a miracle food that is already in your house. Listen Tuesday at noon right here on FM Addis 97.1.
Episode promos can run for the whole week, before the episode is broadcast. On the day of the broadcast, you can run a few more promotional activities, especially if you have a great program lined up. If you do play the episode promo a few more times on the day of the program to stir up interest for that particular episode, you can change the episode promo and emphasize that today is the day. Here is an example of an episode promo for the day of broadcast.
Have you ever wondered why some of your friends get government fertilizer and you don't? Tune in to Farming Today at noon today. We explore how you can get on the list. That's right here on Energy 101 FM in Kumasi today at noon.
Here's another way you can promote your episode on the day of the broadcast. Arrange for the host to be interviewed on the air by the host of another major program.
Yes, for example, the host of the morning show could interview the host of the farmer show. CV, can you help me with this one?
Sure, I'll start. With me in the studio now is Charles Ta, host of Farming Today. Charles, what do you have lined up for your listeners this afternoon?
I'm really excited about this afternoon's show, CV. I'm going to be talking about the government's new fertilizer subsidy program. I will be speaking to the Deputy Minister of Agriculture about it, then talking about how you can get on the list. We will open the phone lines so listeners can call in with their questions. If you are a farmer in our area, you will want to listen.
Sounds like a great show, Charles. When is it on?
It starts tonight at 7 p.m. We will be broadcasting it again on Monday at 8 a.m. Okay, now, for this type of promo to happen, broadcasters need to cooperate with each other, and you must be willing to interview the hosts of other programs. It's a lot of fun to do this, and it does a great job of promoting many of the station's programs.
Another important part of creating effective promos is balancing the light and the serious. So, if you've done a lot of research for a particular episode on a serious topic, such as polluted water, you will want your episode promo to feature that topic.
Your farmer program should include both light and serious topics, and so some of your episode promo should reflect this range. Here is an example of something lighter.
A farmer near Kigomba has been trying to breed his cow for months, but the cow is only interested in a gentleman goat. Tune in to Farming Today on Tuesday when we will talk to the frustrated farmer. That's noon on Tuesday, right here on Energy 101 FM in Kampala.
Now, I would definitely tune into that episode, wouldn't you?
Yes, absolutely. We have a couple more things to tell you before we wrap up this first podcast. First, keeping your promises to listeners. And second, placement. In other words, when and how often to run your promos.
Keep your promises. Whatever you promise in your promo, you must deliver in your program. You can lose listeners' trust if your promo promises something exciting, but your program does not live up to your promise.
Exactly, and we know how important trust is. Promos can be enthusiastic and stimulating, but must also truly reflect the program they promote. When a person hears a promo, he or she should be hearing something that has the same sound, pacing, and purpose of the program itself. Otherwise, you will disappoint people. The purpose of the promo is to remind loyal listeners when their program will air and what it will be about, but also to attract new listeners. Once they start listening to the program, it's your job to keep them there.
Okay, we've talked about a lot of things, and the last thing on our list is placement.
Now that you've heard how to create excellent promos for your farmer show, make sure you use them well. They should be heard by everyone who listens to your radio station and who might be interested in your farmer program. For this to happen, your promos need to be inserted into your station's schedule at the right times and with the right frequency.
To do this, you will need the help of your station manager. Tell your manager that an effective promo encourages listeners to tune into more of the station's program. Tell your manager that an effective promo shows the depth and breadth of your station's programming. Go through the whole 7-day schedule with your manager and identify all station breaks and the programs on either side of the breaks. Ask for a promo slot right before or right after each program that might attract a farmer to listen.
Good examples of programs that farmers might want to listen to are women's programs, cooking programs, and other farm-related programs. Of course, like everyone else, farmers are interested in general newscasts and music shows. Now, the producers of other programs might not want to give you free airtime to promote your show. Get your manager to help. But if the producers are still reluctant, you can offer to exchange promotions. For example, you can promote a show on health and nutrition in exchange for the producer of that show promoting your farmer program. Make sure that your promo runs several times on the day of your weekly broadcast, but before your program goes to air. That will be a great reminder for listeners to stay tuned.
You can also ask your manager to schedule your program promos at other random places in the station schedule. You never know when you might find people who will be interested in your program, and you can never get too much promotion. Your episode promo should run 10 to 20 times in the week before the episode is broadcast. Find out from your manager how the promo needs to be packaged, how it should be saved and labeled so that it is scheduled and broadcast at the appropriate time. Listen to the station a few times when your promo is scheduled and confirm that it was broadcast. If not, talk to your manager and sort this out.
So there it is, all of the practical information you need to create a great generic or episode promo. Remember the 3 key things you must include in every promo: information, emotion, and invitation. Thanks for listening to the very first audio broadcaster how-to podcast from Farm Radio International.
Thanks for listening. You can stay connected to us at farmradio.org or by subscribing to Baza Wire.
Until next time, I am Sylvie Harrison.
And I am Charles Starr on behalf of Farm Radio International. Bye for now and have fun with your new promos.